So today we're meeting the Teach for America Corps members are meeting with their counterparts at Teach First Israel, as well as some educators from the Youth Renewal Fund, to explore how their very similar challenge they have in their classrooms of working in some of the toughest schools in each of their own countries, and what they can learn from each other, gain some strength from each other, and be exposed to a variety of different models for trying to make sensitive change in life.
57 of our Corps members have traveled to Israel for a 10-day leadership journey to explore issues of change, of inequity, of values, to help us decide how we're going to spend the rest of our lives.
Here we have a great opportunity to have our participants meet their peers from America. They're actually doing the same thing, teaching in red schools, as we call them, in schools with kids from a low socioeconomic background, and they try to do their best in order to change their life paradigm or to give them a new life trajectory in order to walk into.
The whole idea behind YRF is giving an opportunity for underprivileged children in the periphery who can't have the same opportunity like children from rich families or well families.
We recruit, select, and train recent college graduates of all different majors to teach for 2 years in low-income communities around our country so that they can have great success with those students in the short term and then go on to careers from business to law to public policy that will hopefully make them champions of our cause throughout their lives.
The Reality Israel experience is a great embodiment of so many of the values that we hold dear at the Foundation, about education reform, about Jewish life, about exploring Israel, and about telling people who are committing their lives to service that what we're doing is a beautiful and Jewish thing to do.
We have had the opportunity to meet with social entrepreneurs, with leaders in the political world and the business world and the nonprofit world, and I think we've really been able to see a bit of that startup nation that we've read about prior to our visit. The spirit of the Israeli entrepreneur comes through not only in business leaders, but in many people across the country that are trying to make change, and I think that that's given us a lot of inspiration.
Now, the mission is the same. Are you learning here that there are many differences or many similarities?
I think the similarities are always much bigger than the differences. We can see so many similar things that when a young man or woman entering a class and entering really the black box of education, as they like to call it, and trying to touch the kids and really do something, change something about their lives. So yeah, there's much more similarities.
What do you think your group has learned about Israel, about what goes on here throughout this visit?
Yeah, they've used Israel. They've explored issues in Israel, social justice issues in Israel. They've met amazing leaders who are really inspiring. But more than that, I think they've gotten a connection to the issues that they care about and found personal motivation using Israel as the backdrop for exploring themselves and who they are and who they want to be.
Certainly, America is not alone in facing inequalities, and it appears both from a socioeconomic standpoint as well as from a cultural standpoint that Israel too is facing challenges, but I think with the recruitment of young leaders who are interested in trying to make change, that hopefully their experiences in the classroom will lead them to really understand the issues facing society more deeply and inspire them to careers of change throughout their lives.